Hello and welcome. I'm Martin and this is Marty Motoring. Welcome to another episode. Today is actually my 26th birthday, August 1st. So I took off of work and I'm just running a couple errands. One of these errands is actually driving this van that is actually for sale right now because I want to get a different vehicle to York to get my brother's ISF. And we're going to do a little comparison of the ISF and me driving it compared to my IS350 and just kind of see the differences. Like I said, this van is for sale. I want to get something different on the channel, probably an SUV or a truck. So drop a comment below and let me know what you think of that. Getting rid of the van and getting an SUV or a truck, and let me know what you think it'll be. So the reason we're getting the ISF is my brother's out of town right now, and we're gonna bring it to the body shop where they need to check out some of the bumper fitment from a recent repair they did when the bumper fell off of that car. I don't really do a lot of updates on his car, mostly because it's his and I don't see him all the time. When I do get to drive the ISF and, you know, do a video on it, I like to. We're ready to go, all packed up, so let's hit the road. This van has been an absolute tank. As you can see, it has 233,000, almost 500 miles on it. It's been nothing but reliable. Again, it is a Toyota. Toyota and Lexus are very reliable, well-engineered vehicles, and they last a long time. So for anybody that follows the channel, you may have noticed I look a little different recently. That's because I lost about 45 pounds in just over 3 months. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing because you'll get updates on all my videos and it helps the channel out. It's been absolutely terrible weather here lately. We've had lots of rain, flooding, and everything, so I'm hoping the rain holds out. I see some dark clouds, but I don't think thunderstorms are supposed to be till later. Rain and rear-wheel drive just don't mix together that well. So that's just a quick little life update. Let's get to the ISF. And here we are at the ISF, just got the keys. First thing you notice is the bumpers are bigger, the fenders are wider, and you got the venting here in the fender. So that's a big difference from the IS350. This is the bumper in question, that's why we're bringing it to the body shop. Now stock, these come with BBS 19-inch forged wheels and Brembo brakes and drilled rotors. So it's pretty cool, you get a lot of performance stuff right off the bat. You have HID headlights, some chrome on the sport grille, and the hood bulges out higher than the IS250 and 350. And in the rear, the bumper is a little fatter kind of all around. The reflectors are in a different location, and it has what it's known for, the quad tip exhaust. So let's see how it sounds. So some differences on the interior for my IS350. You have much more bolstered leather seats here. When you sit down, you really sink in. The gauge cluster is a little different. You can actually see the gear and some other information there. Steering wheel's about the same. The leather, perforated leather is a little different. And you have the F logo to let you know that this is an ISF. You have the carbon fiber centerpiece and door trim standard on these. Some people upgrade them in the IS250 and 350, but this car comes with it. Now this is a 2008, so it has the same navigation and all that. Everything else is really similar. Really, the big difference is kind of the dimensions and the motor, and of course the sound. As I'm sitting in this, it feels like my IS350, just a little bulkier and bigger, and minus the seats and the roar, it just feels like a bigger car. So let's see how it feels on the road. I can already tell that the transmission just shifts faster. It does have 8 gears instead of 6, so it just is a lot smoother and more efficient. There's just nothing that compares to that V8 rumble. Now, in order to really compare this to my IS350, I mean, this is a stock setup minus the intake. My IS350 has a good bit of mods, including suspension and lowering and different wheels and tires. And these tires are actually pretty worn right now, and I'm riding on 19s, but it still feels smoother than my car. I think the suspension in this is probably Bilstein, I'm gonna guess. It's probably upgraded from what I have in my car. even though this is stock, everything in this car is upgraded and better than what I have right now in my car. Now this does feel heavier. The steering is tighter. I can definitely tell that right away. This car has much more horsepower and torque, and you can feel it right away. The bigger brakes definitely grab a lot harder than my car. Like, oh my gosh, I'm stopping this thing and with nothing, just a little press, and I'm stopping it just like that. The downshifting is so harsh, but in a good way, and the upshifting is so smooth and quick. So we're gonna accelerate without sport mode and see how it feels, and then turn sport mode on and see how that feels. So this is without sport mode. It still goes, it's just not as quick to pick up when you stomp the pedal. And now we've turned on sport mode, so let's see what that feels like. Yeah, that's definitely quicker. Throttle response, it's a lot faster. The thing that I like most about this that mine does not do, if I'm in drive and I hit one of the paddles, nothing happens. In this car, if you're in drive, suddenly you're in manual mode. I really like that feature, kind of wish mine had that. One thing this car does not have that mine does are cooled seats. This has heated seats, but it does not have cooled seats. So those are my initial impressions of the ISF compared to my IS350. They are very different cars. Now, is the ISF a better car? I think yes, for performance. The IS350 falls a little bit below in performance, but you do get better fuel mileage. It's a V6. Not that this car isn't dailyable to drive it daily, but I think the IS350 is a little better with that. It has a little bit more creature comforts as far as, you know, the luxury package. The seats aren't as bolstery like a sports or performance car. You do get the cooled seats, just little things like that. And it's also cheaper. So it's kind of a better value if you're just gonna daily drive it, you know, rack up the miles. This is a performance sedan. It's got the 5.0 V8. It's Lexus's, Lexus's. It's their flagship car. I mean, this is what started the Fuji F series, you know, with the V8s and putting V8s into everything. They kind of took a card from the hand of the American cars, you know, with their big V8s and power, and I think they did a really good job. They paired a nice V8 tuned by Yamaha to a very good transmission, and it really works well in a, you know, luxury sedan. It's kind of a sleeper. People don't know what it is, and it's kind of great because they're just like, oh, another Lexus sedan, slow grandpa, and then, you know, you pull up next to them and smoke them. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that. I mean, the IS350, how I have it set up, it's not so much a sleeper. People still aren't really sure what it is, but it's 306 horsepower. So, I mean, it's nothing to scoff at. It's better than a lot of these cars running around with like 150 horsepower. It moves, but this moves faster. So in conclusion, I would say this is a great performance car. It is daily drivable. Brakes are more expensive. Tires are more expensive in this size. But the IS350 is better as a daily. If you're considering either of these, I would go with the ISF just if you want the power, but the IS350 is still a great choice. I have one, and that's the choice I made. I saved a lot of money. I think I probably paid less than half of what this was. You can't go wrong either way. They're both great cars, very reliable. This car has 78,000 miles, almost 79,000 miles on it. I have 153,000 on mine, and it's going strong. Overall though, the V8 just wins in all categories. Sound, power, you just really can't go wrong. So let me know in the comments what you think. Is the ISF a better deal? Is the IS350 a better deal for the money and performance? So with all of that said, thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram at marty.motoring. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really helps me out and gets you the latest videos like I said before. And thanks for watching Marty Motoring, where we're not afraid to leave a little rubber on the road.